Hello everybody, Jason here, and I'd like to talk about a recent incident in the Premier League game, Manchester United versus Chelsea. It ended 1-0 to Chelsea with a Phil Jones own goal, which was actually created by Juan Mata. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about a moment of controversy in this match, which was the Rafael sending off for kicking David Luiz. Well, this, in my opinion, it is a definite card, and probably a red card. Probably it was the correct call because the ball was nowhere to be found, and Rafael just completely swung through the legs of Luis. Now, that's not what the controversy was because Howard Webb made the correct decision and issued the red card. The controversy was, while David Luiz was on the ground, the camera showed that he was smiling and laughing. Now, what people are saying is that is showing that David Luiz was faking injury, all this stuff. Well, I'm not going to rule it out. It's very, very possible and possibly likely. Now, that being said, that doesn't mean anything. No one other than David Luiz knows how that felt. Nobody. There is no way on earth you can tell. And I can tell you right here and now, I have felt and experienced pain, but something else, another feeling has overwhelmed me to where I'm not grimacing in pain because of it. In fact, a very somewhat similar situation. I was playing soccer in college, and I nutmegged my opponent. My opponent was really ticked off that I nutmegged him, so he scissor tackled me, completely clobbered me. But it was purely out of frustration because I nutmegged him so badly, and that he could not get to the ball, so he just decides he's going to try to hurt me. Well, I fell to the ground laughing like crazy, even though I was obviously in pain. I just got completely slaughtered, and he got yellow carded for it. And I just thought it was funny because what I did ticked him off so bad. So, I mean, it's very possible that that could have been the case for David Luiz as well. Now, here's something that's really kind of frustrating about this. Rafael committed, it could be conceived as one of two things. It can be conceived as just a reckless violent challenge, or it can be just considered violent conduct. Now, which one you consider he did, I admit it is debatable. He could have just been really, really late going to tackle, or he could have just tried to kick David Luiz. Now, obviously, the latter, if he just tried to kick Luiz, is much worse, and it should be punished greater. But what I'm hearing from fans is, oh, David Luiz is disgraceful, on the ground, fainting injury, all this stuff. It's like, wait a minute. We're talking about someone who just committed a red card offense, and you're criticizing the victim? Well, that doesn't make sense. David Luiz is the victim in this situation, not Rafael. Rafael, it doesn't matter. If David Luiz would not have fallen over and kept his feet and not reacted at all, it should have still been a red card. Because what Rafael did deserves a red card. So how he behaved is irrelevant in this situation. I mean, I personally have no problems with it whatsoever. In fact, I think it's funny that people are so upset about the way David Luiz reacted instead of just acknowledging where Rafael acted poorly. And the correct punishment has been given, and nothing's going to happen to Luiz except for certain fans are going to hold it against him for silly reasons. But I just find it a little bit amazing that people are putting him smiling on the ground as a worse offense than a player kicking out at another player. When you look at it, obviously kicking out at another player must be the worst offense, and that is what should be thought of as worse and decided it's a terrible act, not the smiling. It's just common sense if you think about it. But that's my take on the issue, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.